Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. My name is Nurul Ashikin binti Muhammad Saifuddin. My metric number is E201810211312. My course is Game Design and Development. I am from Group B MKS 1113 and my lecturer is Dr. Ismail or Ismail Yusuf Vanesai. Today I would like to explain about the code that I have modified from my first game by Pythonism. Here it is. And this is the original coding. Import the Pygame, random, sys, and time, so that our program can use their function. Then we call the from Pygame.locals import, which is contains several constant variables that are easy to identify as being in the Pygame.locals in front of them. The Pygame.init function need to be called after importing the Pygame module and after call any other Pygame function. It need to be called first in order for many Pygame functions to work. Next, we also set the window surface display and the caption to the ghost shooter. For the start screen, the text and player coordinate will change to make the text and player's sprite on the center of the screen. We also do the same to the game over screen. I also delete the W and S key to give a chance to the multiplayer so they can use the code. First of all, I changed the zombie image to the ghost image. Next, a plain image to the boy sprite. I also changed the background image and then the bullet to the onion. I also changed all the pictures in this game. I also changed all the word zombie to the ghost, so it looks more suitable and match our theme. To make the mouse invisible, we use the code pygame.mouse.set visible bracket pause. We also add new kind ghost equal to add new ghost rate, normal ghost speed, new kind ghost speed, player or break, bullet speed, and new bullet rate. For the color variable, we use the color white and red. Next, we import the main clock variable, which is pygame.time.clock. To terminate and exit the game, we use the code pygame.quit and sys.exit. Also add 5 types of sound, which is background sound music, lightning effect, shooting sound, when player moves sound, and game over sound. As you know, we create this game based on Plant vs Zombie. From that, we recycle and turn the idea into something new, which is ghost shooter.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hi everyone, my name is Fazlan bin Ghani. My metric number is E021218. I'm from Game Design and Development, class MKAS 1113, Group B, and my lecturer is Dr. Ismail. The first block is import Pygame random SYSI, so that our program can use their function. From Pygame local import contains several constant variables that are easy to identify as being the Pygame local in front of them. The text color we put white and red. It is to terminate and exit game with use Pygame. Window width, we put 1024, and then window height 600 FPS, 60, max button pass 10, ghost size 70, and new ghost rate 30. New kind ghost and new kind red. The speed of the ghost is 2. The normal ghost speed 2, player move rate is 5. Bullet speed 10, and new bullet rate 15. The Pygame init function call, which always need to be called after important the Pygame module and before call other Pygame function. It need to be called first in order to many Pygame function for work. In the modified code, the main clock, we put it Pygame time clock with the surface Pygame display 1024/600. How we make the mouse invisible is Pygame.mouse.set visible false to make the mouse invincible. In the modified code also, I added 5 types of sound, which are background music, lighting effect sound, shooting sound, player move sound, game over sound. This is it. Every zombie image were changed to the ghost image. A plant that shoot the zombie to avoid sprite. I also changed the background to make it look more scarier. I also used onion image to replace the bullet. This is the view. For a single player, I delete W and S key to give a chance to the multiplayer to use that keyboard code. This is it. For the start screen, the text player coordinate will change to make the text and the player sprite on the center of the screen. We also do the same to the game over screen. That is it. In the original code, there were only score for zombie surpass by and how many zombie were killed. In the modified code, we put the how many people get bypassed and then how many people were shot. And then I put the black ghost more faster than a white ghost and the people, so it's make player more enjoyable and extreme gameplay. In my team, Pythonism asked me to do a people run away from a ghost. And then the sprite boy cannot shoot the people or they will be loose. Okay, and then this one. This one is in the gameplay. That's all from me. Thank you for watching this video. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Qayyum bin Muhammad Khairul Azman. My matric number is E201810212774 and I'm from class MKS 1113 Group B. Today I'm going to explain about my game coding and the code that I have modified in my game. This is the modified code of my game. This block right here, I use to import the Pygame module so that we can use the Pygame features in our programming. These block codes are used to set the size, speed, color and variable that we will use in making this game. For example, I set the frame per second in this game for 60. This block code right here are the function that I have created and called in my game programming. For example, the function that I define as wait for player to press key is a function that I have created to exit the program without write the long code many times. I just need to make this function and I can call it later in my programming. These block codes right here I use to set the game caption, window size and the mouse cursor. This block code right here I use to set the font, put the sound effect, character sprite and the background image in our game. The block codes right here I use to set up the game menu, like the text and position of the character. These block codes right here I use to set up the game when the first time the game starts. For example, the position of the player and position of the score text. This block codes right here I use to define the keys to make the player move and shooting. For example, when the player press the W key, the player will go up, and when the player press the S key, the player will go down. And when the player press the space bar, the character will shoot. This code right here, I use to add the amount of ghosts and bullet. coding right here are the logic that make the player move around. The codes right here are created to move the ghost and the bullet. This block also used to delete the ghost and the bullet if they collide to each other or pass the window. These codes are used to create the game world, draw each ghost, bullet, and the score text. The codes right here are used to check if the game can be stopped because the player have lost or not. For example, if the ghost has gotten past to the maximum amount, the game will be stopped and the game over screen will appear. The block codes right here are used to display the game over screen to the player and play the game over sound. And this is what my games looks like. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hai, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is SYUHAIDA binti Muhammad Maniza and my number matric is E201810202810 and I'm from class MKS 1113 Group B. This is the code that I have changed. First line and the second line for import all the module, so the program can use all the functions. Okay, from line 4 until line 26, all of this coding function for set up the variable. I list everything I want to put the value. For example, the window width equal to 1024 pixel and FPS equal to 60. FPS means frame per second. From line 32 until 41, this part is for the player to press key to quit from the game. And from line 43 until 47, this one is for when the player has hit by the ghost and the game will end. From line 44 and 54, this function of all this coding is for when bullet has hit the ghost and the ghost will lost from the screen. From line 90 until 94, this is for setup by game, the window and the mouse cursor. By game init must always the first one we put before calling any other Pygame function. Based on the coding, the window size is width equal 1024 and the height is 600. And the caption is Ghost Shooter Multiplayer. This coding in line 97 is set up for the font and the size font is 48. Next is from line 100 until 104. All this coding is for set up the sound. From the original coding is only have two coding sound, which is background sound and game over sound. So I change the sound to more scary and I add 3 more sounds to get the best effect. This block function from line 107 until 122 is for the image, which is the character of the player 1 and 2, the bullets, the ghost and the background image. I just copy original coding and just change the image. Because I made a multiplayer section, I just add same coding from character, for character and bullets for the player 2. For this block, from line 131 until 132, I change the draw text from the zombie defense by Handsome Stone to Ghost Shooter by Pythonism. Pythonism is our group name and this text will appear at the start menu page. After that, I add A for move to the left and D to move to the right. Okay, from line 196 until 202, this is for the shooting sound. I set it for the player 1 must press the space key to shoot and also the sound will appear. For the player 2, it is same like the player 1, but the player 2 must press the tab key and the same sound will appear. Okay, this block from line 270 until 277, the function is for the player to move freely. From the original coding, it just have a movement to up and down. So I add the coding to movement to the left and the right. From line 270 until 286, have a same function with line 270 until 277, but it just for player 2. And the next one is from 289 until 300. This all function is for move the ghost and the bullet down means when the bullet has hit the ghost, 2 of these will lost from the screen. Okay, from line 363 until 364, this one is for the score and how many ghosts could pass. These 2 will always at the top left at the screen, and then the number will increase until the player game over. From line 384 until 388 is for stop the background sound and play the new song, which is the game over sound. For the last one, from the line 389 until 419, this block is for the game over text that will appear at the last when the player loses the game. At this coding, I fixed the text from the original coding. It is because at the original coding have an incorrect spelling. And I also changed the window height from the text for the text to make the game over text at the good position, means at the center. This is the looks of my game. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
But in my plan, I put a people run away from zombie and saved by a shooter,
Ghost,
by a
ah.
ghost shooter. Original. Siap sekali.
Dah lah, kita ada. Dah.
Tadi kat mana?
And 9:43 and
Rescue. Macam mana?
from 2017 until 2086 is have a set function with line
2000.
The block codes right, the block codes right here are used to display the game on the screen. The block codes right here are used to the block codes right here.
Tak siap lagi.
Balik lah, mestinya di depan. Balik lah.
Oh, Ivan!
Jom. Orang hutan. Mesti. Yo. Jom Daily. Aku cabar kau. Pat, aku cabar kau. Lepas ni kau keluar. Keluar apa museum. Keluar museum.
Asal muka dia tu? Bye. Jangan sedih.
Nawi. Ha.
Ya? Lelo mau. Aku tak tahu idea nak cakap apa. Hello Kitty.
Alah dah tak solat lagi. Lepas tu nak resume saya pukul 5 je.
Tempat lah.
Cepatlah.
Tempat gila. Kau balik. Lagi kena kacau tu. Rakam-rakam ni. Kau you baca. Cepat lah Wak.
Coding is for set.
Kita tengok.
Ya, gambar biasa kat sini.
Ya.
Lawa apa tu?
Stop. 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 1, 2. That's all from us. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Kakak tu